It's more fun in love it. It's more fun to learn.
In a place that won't let us feel, in a life where nothing seems real, I have found you, I have found you.
In the world that's moving too fast, in the world where nothing can last, I will hold you, I will hold you.
Our life will change when tomorrow comes. Tonight I hope that the distance roams, and we have music alright during the night. A song played on a solo saxophone, a crazy sound, a lonely sound, a cry that tells us love goes on and on. Played on a solo saxophone, it's telling me to hold you tight and dance like it's the last night of the world.
Are you familiar with the song that I performed a while back? The title of the song is Last Night of the World, and it is one of the performances in one of the most popular Broadways. We have Miss Saigon. Who would not know Miss Saigon? I am very excited to share to you our own Broadway or musical play. Welcome to the final episode of Music Grade 10. I am your teacher, Mr. Sherwin Fres Cabrales, at your service. At the end of the lesson, you are expected to describe how an idea or a story in a musical play is presented in a live performance or video. Explain how theatrical elements in a selected part of a musical play are combined with music and media to achieve certain effects. Create or improvises appropriate sounds, music, gestures, movements, and costumes using media and technology for a selected part of a musical play. And performs an excerpt from a 20th or 21st century Philippine musical and highlights its similarities and differences to other Western musical plays. Before we will start our final lesson, we will have a review about our lesson last week. So this is what you are going to do. I will flash 3 pictures on my side and then name the picture. What is in the picture? I will show to you the different theaters of the Philippines. Okay, we will start with picture number 1. It is the Zorilla Theater. Very good. How about our second picture? You are right. We have Metropolitan Theater. And for our final picture, you are right. Cultural Center of the Philippines. Very good, my dear students. You are really fabulous. We are now ready to enter our final lesson, final episode. We have musical play. The musical play is a popular and generally lighter form of musical drama than the opera. The scenes are usually more contemporary and the musical melodies more manageable by the average singer. The acting is less intense and dramatic. The choreography and dance sequences provide visual breaks from the ongoing plot. Musical plays have been related with the Broadway plays of New York City and West End productions in London, including My Fair Lady, South Pacific, Camelot, West Side Story, Les Miserables, Phantom of the Opera, Lion King, Beauty and the Beast, Wicked, Mamma Mia, Cats, and Miss Saigon. Broadway musicals. The first major Broadway musical was Showboat, which featured the popular mode of transport in the American frontier. Since then, musicals have been presented other themes. Siamese royalty in The King and I, English aristocracy in My Fair Lady, Austrian history in The Sound of Music, medieval English tragedy in Camelot, and interracial gang rivalry and romance in West Side Story. Many Broadway musicals were also made into film. Broadway musicals are family entertainment with scenes and text which are generally light and easy to understand. These may include the problems of everyday life such as love and romance, social acceptance, jealousy and intrigue, and adventure. The singing is usually amplified, unlike the operatic quality of classically trained voices. Thus, many songs from Broadway musicals have become popular hits, and some have achieved semi-classical status because of their sustained popularity.
Among these songs are the following: Climbed every mountain from the sound of music. I could have danced all night from My Fair Lady. If I Love You from Carousel. If Ever I Would Leave You from Camelot. Some Enchanted Evening from South Pacific, and Sun and Moon from Miss Saigon. These are also widely used for local and school production because of the popularity, appeal, and generally less demanding of style in singing and dancing. This time, we will have the most popular artists in the Philippines when it comes to Broadway. Guess who is our artist? You are right, we have Miss Lea Salonga.
Lea Salonga, one of Filipino artists who attained international status in both London, West End, and Broadway. She is better known for her portrayal of Kim in the musical play Miss Saigon, a role for which she won the prestigious Tony Award for the theater in the USA and the Laurence Olivier Award in London. She also garnered the Drama Desk and Outer Critics Circle Awards for the same role in the US. Salonga is the first Filipina to have won various international awards for a single role. Miss Saigon. Miss Saigon is a musical play by Claude Michel Schoenberg and Alain Boublil, with lyrics by Richard Malky Jr. It is a modern adaptation of Giacomo Puccini's opera Madame Butterfly, which also tells the tragic tale of a doomed romance wherein an Asian woman is abandoned by her Caucasian lover. The setting of the plot is relocated to the 1970s Saigon during the Vietnam War, with Madame Butterfly's love story between an American lieutenant and Japanese geisha modified into a romance between American soldier and a Vietnamese bar girl. Miss Saigon first opened at West End in London in 1989. The London production became one of the Theatre Royal's longest-running musicals. Thereafter, it was successfully produced in many cities around the world. The USA production opened at the Broadway Theater in New York on April 11, 1991, with 4,092 performances. It was again restaged in London in 2014 with a different cast.
You are sunlight and I moon, joined by the gods of fortune, midnight and high noon, sharing the sky. We have been blessed, you and I.
You are here like a mystery, untold, no word as open from all that you are. How in the light of one night did we come so far?
Outside, day starts to dawn.
Your moon still floats on high.
The birds away.
The star shines too.
My heart still shakes.
I wish for you, and we meet in the sky.
The Phantom of the Opera. The Phantom of the Opera is one of the longest-running Broadway musicals of all time. At the 1988 Tony Awards, the Broadway production was nominated for 11 awards and won 7, including the coveted Best Musical Award. The musical also won 7 awards at the 1988 Drama Desk Award. The Phantom of the Opera is a Broadway musical by Andrew Lloyd Webber and Richard Stilgoe, with lyrics by Charles Hart and music by Lloyd Webber. It is based on the novel The Phantom of the Opera by Gaston Leroux. The story focuses on a beautiful singer, Christine Day, as she is seduced by a mysterious, disfigured musical genius known as the Phantom of the Opera.
No more talk of darkness, forget these wide-eyed fears. I'm here, nothing can harm you. My words will warm and calm you. Let me be your freedom. Let daylight dry your tears. I'm here with you, beside you, to guard you and to guide you. Love me every waking moment. Turn my head with talk of summertime. Lead me with you now and always. Promise me that all you say is true.
Les Miserables. Les Miserables, known as Les Mis, is a musical composed in 1980 by French composer Claude Michel Schoenberg, with libretto by Alain Boublil. It is based on the novel Les Miserables by Victor Hugo. It is perhaps the most famous of all French musicals and one of the most famous musicals performed worldwide. Les Mis tells the story of parole convict Jean Valjean, who, failing attempt to find work as an honest man, breaks his chains and conceals his identity in order to live his life again. The appearance of the novel was highly anticipated, even as Victor Hugo was considered one of France's foremost poets in the middle of the 19th century.
On my own, pretending he's beside me. All alone, I walk with him till morning. Without him, I feel his arms around me. And when I lose my way, I close my eyes and he has found me. I love him, but every day I'm learning. All my life I've only been pretending. Without me, his world will go on turning. A world that's full of happiness that I have never known. I love him. I love him. I love him, but only on my own.
In the Philippines, the musical play is a more recent development than Broadway and West End, relying mostly on adaptations from novels, literary works, or biographical sketches of famous artists. First, we have Andres Bonifacio, ang dakilang anak pawis sa musical. The musical play Andres Bonifacio, ang dakilang anak pawis, is a 5-act work commissioned by Alfonso Puyas in 1979, depicting the life of revolutionary hero Andres Bonifacio. It was co-produced by the Cultural Center of the Philippines and the Andres Bonifacio Music Foundation Incorporated, and was staged again at the CCP Main Theater on August 20 and 21 in 1994 with Jerry Dadap as the composer-conductor and the late Elmo Basil as Bonifacio. In 2014, the UP College of Music and Andres Bonifacio Concert Chorus presented their own version of the musical play in celebration of the 150th birthday anniversary of Bonifacio. Atang, Dulang May Musika. Atang Dulang May Musika is a musical based on the life of the first superstar of the Philippines, Atang de la Rama. It starred Ayen Monji Laurel, Charmaine Centenera Buencamino, Frances Maciel Ignacio, Kalila Aguilos, Teroy Guzman, Greg De Leon, Nitoy Santa Ana, Ricky Ite, Maynard Peñalosa, Edwin Escalante, and the Dulaang Ruby and Sound. Kathy, the musical. The musical Kathy is about the life of Budaville's star Kathy de la Cruz. It was initially presented by Actors Studio East Production in 1988. The play commissioned Brian Carabiab for the music and Jose Javier Reyes for the lyrics. It starred Mitch Valdez in the title role. Florante at Laura, the musical. The musical Florante at Laura was presented by Tanghalang Filipino at the CCP Little Theater. from July 7 to 24 in 1988. This was in celebration of the 201st anniversary of the author Francisco Baltasar. The musical was selected as the official Philippine entry for the first ASEAN Theater Festival in August 1988. The music and musical arrangements were done by Nonong Gwen Camino, based on the book and lyrics of Tony Perez. Directed by Nonon Padilla, the production team included national artist Salvador Bernal for set and costume design, Bobby Roses for lighting design, and Christine Blando for choreography.
And that concludes our last episode for Music Grade 10. I hope that you learned a lot in my subject, Music Grade 10. And we will see each other again next school year for MAPE Grade 10. Thank you so much for watching. I would like to thank the different artists who helped me with the performances for this PD lesson. We have, of course, Michelle Pascual. It's time to say goodbye, but always remember that music is life. I am your teacher in music, Mr. Sherwin Fres Cabrales. Bye-bye!